In this video, I will share with you exactly how I juggle my business and 2 kids. My life and my routine have definitely changed since we welcomed the newest member of our family into our life, and having 2 kids is definitely a whole other ball game and a juggling act. But I'm an open book and it's definitely possible to juggle life, career, and family. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Veronika. I'm a co-founder of a modest activewear brand for Generation Apparel, a content creator and photographer. I document and share my business journey along with its ups and downs, valuable lessons and practical advice to inspire women like me to pursue their passion, take action and craft the life that they deserve. Without further ado, let's dive right in. My son was born in June 2021, just over 3 months ago. And of course, my husband and I, we are both in the business. We run the business ourselves. We knew that it would be an adjustment. Of course, the newborn stage is really challenging with the broken sleep and sleepless nights and just very frequent feedings. It's very hard to schedule. Newborns are also very unpredictable. So I gave myself some grace and I went with the flow for the first 3 months. That season of life is also known as the 4th trimester, and it definitely feels like one. But the one thing about me, it's a lot easier for me now to show up for my work and create content full of energy, just because I have so much more energy being sleep deprived and taking care of 2 kids than I did when I was pregnant. My pregnancies are very challenging for me, even though 2 kids are a lot, especially if you are a businesswoman and you also need to show up for your work and for your life and practice self-care every now and then. I definitely feel like I can manage it a lot better than when I was pregnant. So in the first 3 months of his life, I just focused on him, focused on the newborn snuggles. I did what I could, and that's the thing. You just have to be very kind to yourself. You just gave birth. You need to recover. You need to heal. You need to bond with your baby. You need to make sure your toddler bonds with the baby. You need to be there for them. You always need to be there for them, let's be honest. But that time, you can't put so much pressure on yourself because you just went through a huge life change, and it will take a minute for you to adjust. I remember I was very anxious because with my firstborn, he's a toddler, he is more independent now. It's easier to schedule work around his routine. So I was definitely anxious about how welcoming a new member to the family would affect the dynamic, but it affected it in all the best ways, really. But don't get me wrong, yeah, it's not a walk in the park. But if you have a good sense of humor and you are not too hard on yourself, you'll be fine. Because a lot of the times we have these high expectations from ourselves as new mothers and businesswomen to bounce back and, start showing up 100% of the time in your business again. It's just not realistic. And when we don't meet those high expectations, once again, we put on ourselves, we feel like we let ourselves down. And that, reflects very negatively on us, and that's just not a good way to go about it. You need to have a good sense of humor and allow yourself to be flexible. If on some days all you can manage is to keep your babies fed and dry and happy, and that's it, that's fine. You're doing great. So you just have to be kind to yourself and give yourselves time and space to heal and adjust to your new normal. And that is exactly what I did. I eased into work. I will also proudly admit that, alhamdulillah, I get a lot of help from my family. My mom and my in-laws and Vulcans, my husband's brothers, are very present in our life. We're all very close and we get involved in each other's lives, and they all help with the kids. It takes a village to raise a child, and alhamdulillah, I do have that village, and I am so grateful for all of them. So having that support from my family allows me to do more in my business, to create more content. And I would never take that for granted, because I know for a fact that I wouldn't be doing everything I'm doing now if I didn't have that support. So yes, I will admit it, I don't do it all. I'm not a superwoman. I'm just a regular mom who is able to say that I have that support, and that they all believe in our ambitions and in our dreams, and they all support us the best way they can. And I am definitely grateful for that, and that's why I'm able to juggle it all successfully. But even though I do have help, my work time is definitely very limited. I only get a few hours every single day to get deep focused work in. That's why I believe that if you are like me, if you're a mom and you have a business or you work full time, you have to plan for it. You have to have lists. You have to know what needs to be done in all areas of your life, whether it's your business, your kids' schedule, your fitness, whatever it is. You need to know what needs to be done, and you need to know the night before. So you need to plan for the day ahead. And if on the day your schedule goes out of the window because something happens, change of plans, that's fine. But you need to have that intention to be productive the next day. And whenever you have that window of opportunity to do some work, you know exactly what needs to be picked up and worked on. And that comes with preparation and good organizing skills and solid intention to be productive. My house is covered with whiteboard. I have projects and lists and to-do lists everywhere. So I can look over at my wall and I see exactly what needs to be done. And the night before, I look at my to-do list and I look at my board and I'll be like, okay, tomorrow I have 2 hours and these are the things that need to be done so I can get to the next stage in my project, whatever project I'm working on. I'll pull those tasks from the whiteboard onto my to-do list, and I set that intention to do them the next day. Then I go to my Google Calendar, I slot those tasks in, and that's how I solidify that intention to be productive. I actually have an entire video where I share exactly how I schedule my weeks and my days and how I put together my to-do lists for the week ahead. I'm gonna link it over here. I'm gonna link it in the box below as well, so you can check it out if you definitely want to start managing your time like a pro. So yes, the key is to stay as a busy mom that you are. The key is to always be one step ahead as much as possible and be kind to yourself, but always be prepared. Another thing, I am really grateful to own this, to have a smartphone that does everything a laptop does, which means I can have my baby napping in their baby wrap and I can swing back and forth to make sure he sleeps longer while standing at my kitchen bench with my laptop, editing, replying to emails, writing content, doing whatever needs to be done on my laptop or on my phone. I can walk around and I can get things done, and that's amazing. 21st century digital progress, all of this is wonderful for an online business owner. And of course, the last but certainly not least thing that really helps me balance my life is self-care. A lot of women tend to neglect their own mental and physical well-being just because they feel like they have no time, the kids are running wild. And yes, every single child is different, and I'm not trying to generalize it here, but a lot of women put their needs on the back burner. But the truth is, when you do that, you pretty much operate on fumes. You don't have the fuel, the energy, you're not in a good mood, you can snap at your kids when you're not feeling great, and it happens to all of us, honestly. We're all human and none of us are immune to it. But if you make it your priority to do whatever it takes to make yourself happy and fulfilled and content, and just uplift your spirits and boost your mood, whether it's going on a walk, whether it's, waking up before the kids do and having a cup of coffee in peace, whether it's, getting a chance to read your book or take a nap when your baby naps. Like, honestly, leave the chores, leave the dirty dishes. If you feel good, then you can show up as the best version of yourself. You can be nicer to your husband, you can be nicer to your kids. You suddenly have the energy to do it all, and be present with your kids, and you have inspiration and good ideas for your work and for your content. But you have to be very mindful of it. It's not gonna appear out of nowhere. You're not gonna suddenly, become happy and fulfilled and content. It's your job to do whatever you need to do, and only you know what you need to do to make yourself happy. Like this morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. My kids were still asleep, and I went and worked out. I knew that me moving my body first thing in the morning would really help me with my mood and my energy levels. I have a very big day planned ahead today, so I needed that extra energy. So I did wake up earlier, even though it would have been nice to stay in bed for an extra hour. But I knew that me moving my body would help me a lot better than me staying in bed, awake, just waiting to wake up, because I do go to bed very early. So I did that. I planned for it. I was mindful about it. And look at me now. Full of energy filming this video. Anyways, you just have to put yourself first. Put your oxygen mask on before you help others. Because when your own cup is full, there's an abundance of energy that you can give to your husband, to your kids, and to your work. So don't neglect yourself. And to finish off with, you have to take it one day at a time. Some days are gonna be great and super productive, and you're gonna get a lot of work done. Some days are gonna be, not so great. And some days I won't be as productive, and you will end up going to bed with your sink full of dishes. And that's okay. That's fine. Who is gonna see that, honestly? You just have to be kind to yourself and take it one day at a time. If your day wasn't as productive as you hoped it would be, don't stress about it. Try again the next day, and the next day would be better, and you hopefully will have more productive days than you do unproductive. But once again, you have to realize, as a mom, as a new mom, as a mom to young children, they grow up way too fast. You are in this season of life. It's challenging and it's beautiful and it's unique, and the time goes by so fast, you won't go through it again unless you decide to have more children later in life. Appreciate it, savor it, do what you can. And then before you know it, your kids are teenagers and you have all this time on your hands. You'll be like, oh, I wish they were this little once again. So really try to appreciate and embrace this season of life with, all its ups and downs. And that's just how life is. So when you look at the bright side of things, everything kind of falls into place. So just look at the good, focus on the good, and we all have our own challenges. But when your mindset is there and you're very mindful about how you operate in life as a mom of 2, 3, or 4 kids, young kids, if you're mindful about that, then everything becomes a lot less scary, and you actually surprise yourself with how much you can accomplish juggling all of those balls in your life. I really hope you found value in this video. If you did, make sure you leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share this video so it can reach more women who really need to see it, and maybe change perspective on what is happening in their life, and maybe it'll make it a little bit easier for them to manage their busy life as working women and mothers. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel right here. And if you want to see more from me, check out these videos over here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.